Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. We're both here for this.
Hello.
Joe's a little stuffy.
Yep, I'm pretty much just getting over a cold, I think. So I still have a little bit of congestion, but I'm all good.
Got a Duffy nose.
Stuffy nose, stuffy head.
Is that a Duffy doze?
Yeah.
Alright. We were going to play a game, I assume. Maybe not. I think he said no, but
I'm pretty sure he says no.
we'll
I would
find
like
out.
to think he says no.
Yeah. I would not like to play a game with these two. I would actually like to move on in this whole game, but
From these two people.
yeah. I know I've said before they annoy me, but they still do.
Thank God they annoy you, because they annoy me.
Paper football? She said paper football, I guess.
Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You take a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past the goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers.
Have you ever done that?
Once.
Once?
Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Shi-chan.
There's three of us.
And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shi-chan. Wahaha, that means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men.
I watched a anime on Netflix. It was called Silent Voice.
Oh, that's Koe no Katachi. Yeah, I love that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. It's interesting, some of the sign language that they use, because I learned American Sign Language,
Yeah.
and some of it's different.
Okay.
I don't remember a lot of it, but it was interesting to watch.
Yeah, I that is a highly recommended anime movie. I love that one.
Oh, I liked it too. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means that you're probably good at it.
Yeah, that's true. How didn't you know, Hishan?
Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. Wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I'm not. I've never been on one before or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
Okay, Hichan, how about Risk? The game of world domination.
I don't know what that is.
That's a pretty standard board game, actually. I've seen it in stores at least.
I've heard the name before.
It's really fun, Hichan. You fight to control the world with armies and everything.
Sounds like Shizune would be good at that.
I played Risk online once. If you want to play, we can after school. Really, Shichan? We can play just for fun? Shichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there's no strings attached.
Well, okay.
Okay, perfect. We'll see each other after school in the student council room then, Hichan.
Wait, why there?
Because that's where we keep the game. Wahaha!
I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Whee! Oh, hello. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits in her seat without a word. We really seem to be running into this girl a lot, or talking about her a lot anyways. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, that was it, huh? After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past if they're on guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't seem to make me very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner transporting to a cell.
What's wrong, Hee-chan?
Did you do the laugh?
I did. I guess I didn't pick it up.
No.
That's right. We're just going to go play a game of Risk, remember?
Crisp has some problems with certain words, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It's probably because I,
Or sounds.
Yeah.
I don't know, Misha, this all seems a bit sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, it's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What, that's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me a little silly.
That's not true, Hee-chan. Hee-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed.
Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself.
I don't know what to do there.
What does that mean?
I don't get it.
Misha feigns deafness and hums eerily. Stop that, I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extra, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing that in this room doesn't have is other people. Were you saying something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I actually forgot about this entire scene basically because I thought you were gonna go meet other characters right away, but I actually forgot that this is another scene that they kind of do. There's another choice coming up, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, we'll deal with it when we get there. I
Yeah.
guess. Are we early?
No.
You mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today?
Yeah, that's right.
There is nobody else. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune slaps her hands together very energetically.
Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up.
While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting.
Risk is pretty fun.
Is it?
Yeah, I played it online a couple times.
Well, it must not have been that interesting if you've only played it a couple of times.
Well, not everyone wants to dedicate the time to playing Risk. It's kind of like it takes about as long as Monopoly.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be skipping that then.
We're not actually. I mean, you get a choice with. I just continue.
It could take you all day.
Yeah.
And I'd rather play a video game.
Yeah.
I'd rather be reading this graphic novel. I mean, visual novel.
Yeah. Yeah.
After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started to with a
Decisive.
decisive motion. Yeah, I know. I'm just stumbling over words. Slicing her arm through there. Oh, okay.
Like a karate chop.
Yeah, I was thinking she's slicing her arm, and I was like, whoa, it got dark. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. I don't know why he agreed to this at all.
I mean, it's just a board game.
But over the what he's gonna have to do if he loses.
He's a little bit of a pushover. I mean, no, he said no strings attached.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, actually, Misha was the one that was like, okay, well, we can play just for fun because Shizune hasn't played in forever. This is a no strings attached game.
Okay. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention.
Shichan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shichan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council.
I forgot what her name was. I haven't been looking either, but it's not Shichan.
It's Shizune.
Shizune. Okay. Okay, for some reason I was thinking Shizune is like her last name.
A lot of people go by their last name, but no, Shizune is her her first name. I think her last name was Hakamichi. Shizune Hakamichi.
I don't know if this is very interesting, but when I was watching the Silent Voice movie, they were calling him. I had the subtitles on, and the subtitles had a totally different name. I think they were calling him by their last name.
Okay.
So.
I think it's a formality thing. I think that if you're friends with someone, then you can call them by their first name. But if it's by their last name, it's a formality. It's like, oh, hello, Mr. Meyer, kind of thing.
Right. Okay. I just thought that was odd.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people think the translations are bad, and they can change the whole thing.
Yeah.
I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Oh, I should have waited. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game, not the income. And anyway, no.
Shichan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator to who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council.
So competitive, Shizune. She seems to take it as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous.
Magnanimous.
He doesn't like to. She doesn't read very much, does she?
No. Misha is not very smart.
Her only attribute is that she knows sign language.
She's an airhead.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in turn signs it back to Misha. You can say words. I guess that would be kind of a long one, but you can spell out words in sign language.
Oh, okay.
In the American Sign Language, you can do each letter on its own.
Okay.
In the anime Silent Voice, the girl called her a moron, and they signed it. She signed it out for her, moron.
Oh, nice. I actually forgot about that.
That's interesting because she didn't do every single letter of it, but they had like the mo and the ron.
Oh,
it was interesting to me.
I'm assuming that's because of how Japanese writing is, because a lot of their words are just like 2 or 3 words combined.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm assuming it has something to do with the way that their alphabet is structured.
Right. Misha presses her fingers against her temples as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing.
Wait, please slow down, Shichan. Shichan says you're going to lose.
Laura will crush her empire with my rebellion.
Okay.
Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. Is that what that is?
She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't.
What was it to go to the main menu? Is it right click?
Right click.
Okay.
So this is another thing where it kind of shapes your character a little bit. If you want to be more introverted, then it's a trap. It's smarter to play defensively here. Or she has a point, attack aggressively. This will make you be a little more extroverted. And it also kind of shapes, I think, who you talk to more. Again, more extroverted, you probably talk with Shizune, Misha, and then there's another extroverted character that we haven't met yet.
Isn't they introverted? We talked
to... Introverted is play defensively.
Right, but if we're introverted, then we talk to Misha and Chichan more?
No, I meant to say extroverted for talking with Misha and Chichan, or Shizune.
Okay.
It, depending on what you pick, it could shut off the Shizune route. But you don't want the Shizune route anyways, right?
I would go the Shizune route if Misha was not a part of the deal.
Misha is definitely a part of the deal. So there's actually no Misha route. You have to go through Shizune.
Yeah, okay.
So if you attack, then you leave the Shizune route open. But everyone else it says your choice, defense or attack. So I'm assuming it does not matter unless you specifically want Shizune. Then if you want Shizune, you have to attack.
Okay. It's a trap. Smarter to play defensively here. It's likely that she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense setup. I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyways. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration.
You chose defense, right?
Right.
Okay, good. Because I just realized that there's another character you haven't met yet that you actually have to choose defense for.
Oh, okay. That's a weird thing.
Good. Yeah. No, it's odd. Anyways, continue. Haha! Hichan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, Shichan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5-army bonus, but you can attack it from 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. I thought you'd have more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hichan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition. I'm going to tell you right now, Gary, whether you attacked or defended, you lose. I don't want you to feel bad for losing.
Yeah, I didn't really care that much about winning or losing, to be honest.
Okay. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hichan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hichan.
This is the name of the game, Risk.
Yeah.
So, I guess I should have taken risks.
Well, I mean, this is...
I know it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just shutting off the... It's just disappointing Shizune, so it shuts off her route.
The hand. Damn, what's it to her if I play too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. Whoa.
Too close. I wonder if you'd even be any good for the student council.
Jeez. That was kind of rude. What's this, reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in the class in that case.
Yeah, just like that. I expected more of you.
Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. Can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at other clubs yet, and these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the clubs before I decide.
Really, Hee-chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better?
Yeah, I'm not sure that I want to.
Aww.
She's very sad.
Okay, Hee-chan, but we're not going to give up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. We could really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe one day you can beat me, unless we graduate before that.
Doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know?
Haha, surely you are not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game you know then, to give you a handicap.
I've said that just to make you feel better after all.
Aw, that's cold, Hee-chan.
I go stop the recording.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.